Hey there, everyone. Welcome to your First Alert Weather Plus forecast. I'm Chief Meteorologist Rachel Garceau. Let's talk about what's coming our way this week after a very cool kickoff to summer that was wintry up in some of our mountain areas. A slow and steady warm up sets in this week. We are watching a very weak system that could move through Thursday into Friday. Won't do much except maybe bring some clouds into play, knock our temperatures back just a little bit. But all in all, a very warm week ahead, and our final weekend of June coming our way will be downright hot in many places. So unfortunately, I cannot give you any reason to procrastinate any longer on things like washing the car or getting the yard work done. The outlook is good for the first half of the week and beyond for getting out and about and getting some of those to-dos checked off your list. It has been a roller coaster ride of temperatures across the Boise area over the last couple of weeks. Back on the 10th, you remember our 96-degree day, so the air conditioning going strong then. We held steady in the 80s, low 90s for most of that time period, but of course, as summer came in this past weekend, we hit our lowest point of the last 2 weeks, 67 degrees. That's all we saw for the first full day of summer. We do start warming up though, or we did start warming up Sunday, and will continue to warm in the coming days. Here's that temp trend for the Treasure Valley for the next several days. By the middle of this week, we're up to 90 degrees, so better late than never. There's that surge of summer-like heat. There's that system that comes through Thursday, Friday will knock our temps back just a couple of degrees, but still 84 is typical for the middle to end of June, and that's about where we'll stay for most of the work week and then get hot by the weekend. This was how the weekend wrapped up in many of our mountain locations. This was Sunday morning with that blast of cold air that came in with that system. Redfish Lake was coated in snow early Sunday morning. It didn't stick around long, but still pretty unusual to see snow the first weekend of June, though not unheard of. Of course, in our mountain locations, we can see snow hold on quite a bit longer than here in the valleys. And good news is that warm up we're going to see here in the Treasure Valley will also take place in the mountains. Temp trend through Friday shows highs most afternoons well into the 70s. Little cooler Friday, but will rebound for the coming weekend. So campers who hopefully weren't caught off guard too much by the winter weather this weekend, if you want to give it another go, final weekend of June will be a nice warm one. I don't see any snow in the forecast for the following weekend. Across the Northwest, let's talk about temperatures. They will continue to warm everywhere as high pressure starts to build in from the west. So for Monday, we're up near 80 across the Treasure Valley, mid 70s in the Magic Valley. As you look off to the west, Portland is at 80 degrees early in the work week. It'll get a little bit warmer on Tuesday. Everywhere we're in the mid 80s here in the Boise area. Mountain locations in the 70s. Lewiston may be already in the 90s by Tuesday, and then we will hit 90 here in the Boise area midweek. Cooler air does start to work its way into the Pacific Northwest on Wednesday. That's that system I was talking about that mostly will move by to our north, but could send a few clouds into the Treasure Valley, maybe a spot shower or sprinkle of rain Thursday and Friday. In our mountains, it doesn't look to be real strong, though. Let's talk about that United States-wide futurecast. If you have travel plans over the next several days, blessedly quiet for places like North Dakota, the Upper Great Plains early in the week after that strong and fatal weather that roared through over the weekend, spawning a tornado from a supercell storm there. So nothing of the sort there early in the week. We stay very quiet across the west on Tuesday. Some storms do start to develop, it looks like, across the Great Lakes region and portions of New Mexico. Storms continue to persist in places like Minneapolis, maybe down to the south across Iowa. Wisconsin may get some weather as well. Few showers in South Texas, but again, most of the country looking pretty quiet Tuesday and Wednesday. Thursday, those storms progress a little bit further north, but again, most of the country sitting pretty, including our neck of the woods outside of that system that again by Thursday spreads a few showers to the Pacific Northwest and starts moving by to our north Thursday and Friday. So let's talk about the outlook for the Long Valley for the next 7 days. We talked about those temps climbing into the 70s midweek. There's the clouds coming in from that system. Spot shower possible, maybe a little bit of wind at times, but then the weekend looking gorgeous. Tons of sunshine overhead. Temps into the 80s for our final Sunday of the month of June. Magic Valley outlook, lots of sunshine. We will see some clouds coming and going, but very warm. We'll hit 80 degrees on Tuesday, mid to upper 80s for the rest of the work week into the weekend. We will likely hit 90 degrees in Twin Falls by Sunday. That's almost 10 degrees above above normal for the end of June. And now the 7-day outlook for the Boise area. We will be up near 80 to kick off the work week with that 90-degree temp on Wednesday. Little bit less hot Thursday and Friday. Morning lows get much more comfortable as well. We were in the 40s early in the work week. We'll wake up to upper 50s to near 60 degrees by this coming weekend. Abundant sunshine and then hot again by this coming Sunday. So if the first weekend of summer wasn't quite nice enough to float the Boise River or do any of those outdoor activities, the second weekend of summer looking plenty warm with those temperatures very hot by Sunday with those mid-90s. Thanks so much for tuning in to your First Alert Weather Plus forecast. We'll catch you next time.